Come in.
Hi, Dr. Paige. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm Liliya with ADP. It's nice to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you, Liliya.
Well, how's your day been so far?
It's been pretty good. How about you?
It's okay. I'm looking forward to the nice sunny weather we have coming up.
Yeah, this rain thing is kind of getting old.
Well, thank you for having me here today. I know you're a very busy man. Just wanted to ask about how much time you have budgeted for this meeting.
I would like to keep it under 20, preferably under 15.
Okay, well, I can do 10 minutes for you if that's okay.
Perfect.
And do you mind if I take notes today?
Go for it.
Perfect. Well, as you know, I'm here from ADP, which stands for Automatic Data Processing.
Okay.
And my job and goal today is to obtain information from you regarding your current payroll system, how it's managed, operated, and all that good stuff.
Sounds great.
So Page Medical Clinic has been here for about 12 years, and there's 2 locations, correct?
Yeah, so we started in 2003, and we have 2 locations, one in Peachtree,
Okay.
and then one here in Noonan.
Okay, and about how many employees do you have at each location?
So at this location here in Noonan, we have 20, and at our location over in Peachtree, we have 15, and we're actually looking to expand and add about 5 more, so we'll have 20 in both locations. So as of right now, we have 35. We're looking to expand to about 40.
Oh, wow. Congratulations on already having 2 very successful companies that are already thriving. And you're also adding another 3rd location, is that correct?
Yes, it is. In about the next 2 years, if all goes as planned, we will be adding our 3rd location.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. Definitely a lot of work on your hands.
Yeah, I'm busy.
So in terms of your payroll system, can you tell me a little bit about how that's operated and managed and who manages it?
So actually, my wife, Ellen, manages all of the payroll system. We have our employees, they manually track their hours on a time card.
Okay.
Ellen then obtains these time cards, enters them into our system, which is called Microsoft Dynamic.
Okay.
She then gets the amount they should be paid, writes it on the checks, puts it in the envelope, and sends it through the U.S. mail.
Wow, so it's very time-consuming for Ellen to do all that by herself, correct?
Yeah, it takes up a lot of her time. And, this is a part-time job for her. She's also a mother as well. So
I can't even imagine. Wow. And in terms of the employees getting paid, is that bi-weekly or bi-monthly, or how does that work?
The checks go out every 2 weeks. It's
2
bi-weekly.
weeks? Okay. And would you say there are any problems with this payroll system, or maybe any features that may be lacking in the current payroll system?
So as far as issues go, we do have a big issue with, this is Ellen's prediction, there's about 4 checks every pay system, or every pay week that go out, and they're incorrect.
Okay.
And so then Ellen has to obtain those checks, rewrite them, and then resend them out.
Oh, wow.
And that's 4 out of 35 employees, so that's a high percentage. Also, as far as new features go, employees have expressed the want for a direct deposit feature.
Okay.
So instead of sending out checks through the mail, the money, of course, would be directly deposited into their bank accounts.
Okay, and you're anticipating having this direct deposit system for your existing locations and maybe any new potential locations?
Well, here's the issue with that is our current software does not have the direct deposit. Microsoft Dynamic doesn't offer that feature as of right now.
Okay, well, I assume you're very familiar with the system and the company along with your wife, so I do see that as a positive outlook. And then as far as upgrading your payroll system per year, about how much is budgeted for that?
So as of right now, we have about $1,500 we spend on that Microsoft Dynamic software.
Okay.
With the expansion of our company, we're thinking it might be a little bit too much on Ellen's plate to manage all 3 locations, as well as the expansion of employees, because of course expanding means more employees.
Mm-hmm.
So we are also considering hiring a third-party accountant.
Okay.
But by doing that, it's gonna increase the budget. We're gonna stick around $1,500 as of right now, though.
$1,500? Okay. And I do assume that does add up considering how long you've been in this company, and it does take up a lot of time.
Yeah.
Time is money.
Of course.
And with the 2 locations, there's probably a lot of time spent dealing, going back and forth with locations, kind of leaving less time for you to operate anything else that could help your company advance. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's very, very time consuming. I mean, especially on Ellen's part.
And if you did maybe have that extra time or extra budget, what would you do with the new companies?
An extra $1,500, we could definitely buy some new medical equipment.
Right, okay.
An extra time on Ellen's plate, she could spend it at home with the kids. I know she really likes doing that. She would rather do that, honestly. She's just doing me a favor by working out here. but 15 hours at home, that would really help her out.
And she would probably want more of a balance between work and family life.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm glad I'm getting more of an understanding of how this is all working. As far as human resources, I was wondering how you go about tracking the paid time off.
So what happens is Ellen manually tracks it through a spreadsheet.
Okay.
And then the employees accrue a fixed number of hours based on their length of service.
Okay. Would you say there has been any incidents or errors regarding that paid time off with your employees?
So by manually doing it, we have a lot of issues with tracking it, just exactly how much time they have off. So we have employees that request it and are granted it, but they haven't quite earned that time off yet.
Okay.
And we also have employees that request time off and we haven't calculated the right amount.
Okay.
So they aren't given it when they should have earned it.
Okay. In terms of taxes, does your wife Ellen also handle the tax paperwork as well?
She does. She's an incredible woman, that Ellen.
And about how long is spent on that per pay period?
I would say between 30 minutes to an hour each pay period.
And she also does the W-2 forms as well, an average pay period.
Yeah, the W-2 forms, deposits, the quarterly fillings, everything.
Okay. And since we're on the topic of taxes, has there been any errors or tax penalties within the last few years?
So we've had a few close calls.
Okay.
About 4 years ago, we got fined for having we reported our taxes late.
So to my understanding, you kind of want an increase in your convenience, maybe less stress and more time to handle any other operations that could be helping your company thrive even more than it has now.
Of course, of course.
Okay, well I definitely think ADP is something that I highly recommend. We do provide automated services, and in your case, you would get more time to handle their operations, especially for your wife who's doing all the work, more time for her and the family as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be more cost effective. So I do believe this is a good fit for you. And it sounds like Page Medical Clinic is expanding in the right way. I'm going to take a look through my notes over the next few days, maybe come up with a user-friendly, cost-effective software that I think would best fit your company. Does that sound good to you?
Yeah, I would love to give that a look.
Great. And I would also love to set up another meeting, maybe sometime next week if you're available.
I'm thinking Wednesday or Thursday. I'm thinking around my lunchtime, around noon. I think I could fit you in.
Sounds good. Well, here's my business card. It has all my information on it. If you need to contact me before our meeting, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Page.
Thank you, Liliya.
I hope you have a great day.
You too.
Was that okay?